What's good, homies? Welcome to episode 10 of Homie Studios. It's your boy ST, the GREAT, and I'm joined by the homies Shades.
Yiddy.
And I'm joined by the homie P. G.
Hello,
He hot,
world.
you not.
All right.
A
Man, what's shout out to the homie Rod. He, had another procedure, so just out for the day. He'll be
Prayers
back.
with my boys.
Absolutely. He'll be back on Friday,
on
more
him.
than likely. Hopefully, fingers crossed, all that good stuff, wishbones, you know. But what's good with y'all boys, man? Shades, how was your weekend? How was all that, bro?
Man, weekend was good. I took my daughter back to Fernandina, went down this bike trail. Um, it was a good weekend, nice and chill. I came down to Orlando to visit the boy ST. He was a humble guest.
Hey.
Was gracious enough to allow me to be there and watch the football games. Vibe out, wings. Um, Unfortunately, we had to see some things that we didn't want to see, but we did get to see some good football overall, some amazing plays, some future superstars in the making. People that could be on a future Hall of Fame projector if they continue to do what they're doing, and be good at what they're doing, in the words of Snoop.
Mm-hmm. Big facts.
But overall, man, just blessed. You know what I mean? Of course, everything can't be peachy in your life, but um, you just find a way to make it through every day. You know what I mean? Just be thankful for the small things that you have. A lot of people don't even have that. So
Facts. That's
how about you,
facts, man.
Peach?
I'm chilling. Just out here grinding. Room renovating it up.
Room renovators.
Vroom, 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 vroom,
Man.
vroom, 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 vroom. Room renovators.
Yo, we
Nah,
gotta get a commercial with that, yo.
Fam good. Everybody good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we like to hear, man. My weekend was all right. It was good. It was good. I got to see the homie Shades. You know what I'm saying? I get to see all the homies this weekend. You know what I mean? Gonna be
Hey.
gonna be Duval bound this weekend, so that's a beautiful thing in itself. You know, but sports weekend wise, fucking sucked, yo.
Me too.
Everything about it sucked. There wasn't it. No, there was a hope spot. There was a hope spot on Friday, but other than that, Karabake,
Probably,
Karabake weekend.
probably the
Same here.
worst.
Like, but other than that, man, other than sports, because sports don't rule everything. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it was a good weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? Like healthy, and that's all that I can ask for. But yeah, man, that's how my weekend went, brother. You know what I'm saying? Uh, well, let's get into this real talk, fellas. Shades, get us started, brother.
Yeah, man, we got some disturbing news that's coming out of Michigan. It's actually been notified that it's a multi-state thing, but we're going to talk more about the multi-state thing on a later podcast. But as far as this one, we want to make sure our homies and any of the listeners, shout out to all the listeners out there all across the nation, all our family, all the friends out there. My boy Diaz out there showing support in Arizona, my fam up in the Bronx showing support, you know. But we definitely want to make sure that y'all know about this. Governor Gretchen Whitmer was involved in a kidnapping attempt that was hedged by the FBI. Um, there were 13 men that were arrested, and they're calling it a domestic terrorism plot. Some of the charges are conspiring to kidnapping and material support for terrorist activities. Um, Basically, they made a plot to kidnap her, and the governor is blaming president. Of course, she's a Democrat, so she's going to try to spin it. But at the same time, there is proof that Trump has been coming at her on Twitter and tweets and stuff like that. So she feels that over the past couple of months and years, that the direct verbal assault that she's received from Trump led to this conspiring of her kidnapping. So she's putting this on Trump's shoulders, and she's blaming Trump for the multi-state plot. They're calling it a multi-state domestic terrorism plot to not only kidnap her but other people as well in the Democratic Party. So of course you can't directly correlate this to Trump, but when you hear about certain groups and certain things being involved, now you're seeing that 13 men were involved in this, and we're hearing about a lot of other FBI investigations and people discussing civil war if Trump loses and things of that nature. So yeah, man, we have militia groups that are conspiring to kidnap government officials. So how y'all feel about that?
Well, for me, I was reading about it, looking at some of that stuff, and I don't think that somebody of Trump's stature is stupid enough to directly be involved in some shit like this. For sure, I don't think that. But I do believe Trump, in my opinion, is guilty of inciting these people, like getting them riled up and kind of pointing out people to help them target and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I even watched some of the videos of some of the dudes that was in this case. Like, some of their like Twitter feeds and YouTube videos talking about stuff, and it's like anti-Trump stuff, right? Pretty much anti-government. But I also, in my opinion, think that's like a cover-up, to not make it bad publicity on Trump at this time, you know what I'm saying? But that could just be my conspiracy theory. So let that be that. And, but at the end of the day, they were saying a bunch of like, anti-government stuff. Like they don't want nobody to rule what anything they do, basically, And I mean, that's not a world I would want to live in, Even like everything I be telling people, like, imagine if somebody was trying to kidnap one of y'all or us, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't know what the hell kind of world we living in, Like,
Right.
if a governor getting targeted, you know what I'm saying?
You'll have to have gangs. Like, you have to be involved in gangs at that point. Gangs and mafia.
Bro.
You have to create your own gang, mafia and mob or whatever, and then it's pretty much
And
the wild,
that's the
wild west.
thing.
Whoever has the most
Don't-
power, is going to have the most resources, and that's worse.
Don't sleep like we not living in that world, though.
No, we are, but it's more. It's
just hidden. It's just hidden.
No, it's not hidden. It's just given another name, and it's more professional, and it's dressed up.
But by factual definition, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A lot of these organizations and entities and blah blah blah.
Right.
Yep. Well, in general, in life in general, we know that words hold a certain weight, right? Like, so then when you transfer that to 2020 in the world of social media, tweets hold weight, especially depending on who they come from. I can't pin this on Trump directly, but indirectly, like you said, there's evidence of him going at her on Twitter, right? Right, Shades?
Yeah, he was just the worst. I mean, the worst thing that she brought up was like they showed a Twitter feed where he was like, only thing he said was Governor Whitmer has done a terrible job. I didn't go back to see the months before that where she said there were other things where he was just talking about her.
But he does that to like a select bit of people talk crap on Twitter about,
So what I'm getting at is, while he may not have said, go do harm to this woman, go try to kidnap this woman, he has to realize how radical his followers are, right? That's where your words hold so much value. That's where it can get you caught up. Now, you can't then go and tie him directly to this, but you can, just like you said, Peach, you getting these people riled up, you giving them this sense of entitlement, or not even entitlement. I'm trying to think of a better word for it. But a sense of they have the right to do whatever they want to do.
They feel supported in a way.
Exactly. Which empowers them, right?
Empowered.
To the point that now, while you may not have said anything about doing that, your followers, who some of them, not all of them, so for the Trump listeners that are Trump supporters who are listening, this may not pertain to you, but a lot of them are fucking crazy. And you empower crazy, you're gonna get a lot of crazy shit coming your way. That's all I can say about that. It's disgusting. It truly is disgusting to see that it wasn't even just the governor of Michigan. It was another state as well. But we'll get into that probably Friday. But it's disgusting that, like, what are you trying to accomplish with this?
Right.
That's what I.
Another thing that is a problem. This is what one of the biggest issues in it is, right? The fact that we could be saying that, is it possibly Trump could be involved? When you could be mentioned as, like, it's not just shout out your mind, you know what I mean? That's a problem. And the fact that he's like telling groups like the Proud Boys to stand by, stand down, stand back, whatever stance he told them to take. He told them to take some kind of stance, you feel me?
Right.
But like, that shit will make people think, you know what I'm saying? And if you got people thinking like that, and then you're already anti-minority publicly anyway, you know what I mean? On top of, like, you're the first president I've seen. Like, every president downs the other party, you know, but I've seen it as such a more respectful battle before. Like, he literally ignorantly does it. Like, he downs people in ways that, like, could cause possible depression on a person or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when she's saying shit like that, I don't know directly to her if he said shit, but I've seen him talk about people like that. You know what I'm saying? Other people, and like Cuomo, and you know what I'm saying? Like, all these dudes, like, I see him personally attack them. Even how he talked to Biden at the damn shit. We just talked about him talking about Biden's son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and not even the one that had the drug issues. We talking about the one that's dead.
Yep.
so
But
crazy.
I'll kind of take y'all into kind of what I've been going through in the back scenes, because I've been kind of gauging about having KY on the show and everything like that. But part of me is still kind of second guessing it a little bit. I mean, we had a real good conversation and everything like that, and we've been going at it. We've been going at it on, you know what I'm saying, like texting back and forth for like days now. Ever since the last episode when I was talking, you know what I mean. And he is bringing up a couple of good points, but the thing is, what happens with him and any other Trump supporter, when you bring in something that can't be refutable, like, for instance, I brought up the fact that that Trump disrespected other people's countries and other people's cultures by saying they live in shithole countries or whatever like that. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? And I said, and then the first thing that he did was send me a video of Biden around African American children, and saying that when he was young, he had roaches or whatever in his house or whatever like that. Yeah, that was messed up. That's something that should have been said. But you're comparing this to that, you know, but you never address the problem that we're having right now is nobody wants to admit that this is wrong. They want to directly deflect everything and then throw it on the other person over here and never acknowledge the wrong that this person has done. And I said, I don't agree with everything Biden is about. There's certain things that you can bring up that I think is downright creepy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't agree with anything anybody is about. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I
But
don't
what we're saying
100%
is,
agree with nobody I know personally, much less somebody I only know through, you know what I'm saying, media and blah. reading and research. You know what I
But what
mean?
I'm saying, like, and what we're saying is, bro, there's something else that got to be going on. Like, you have to get it through your. Do you like? It's not no media propaganda that this governor almost got kidnapped.
No, see the exact
Whether
reason why you saying that. That's why you should bring him on with other people's points and opinions. You know, to kind of like let him be heard. I want to hear what he has to say about some stuff too. You know,
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested
no,
in some of
no,
those
I'm gonna have
subjects
it.
and
I
stuff.
want to have it before. I want to have it um before the
Election,
presidency, before the election.
yeah.
You
See,
know what I
because
mean? But
I'm
he
not
said he's
pro
willing to come
Biden
on
on
anytime.
all 100 things either. You know what I'm saying? Just like any Trump supporter can't be pro Trump on all his shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there's stuff that we got proof that Trump is, you know, supportive or obviously not gonna denounce his non-support of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Absolutely. But
so I
Shay,
mean, that would be good.
take us to this next one, brother.
Yeah,
You got
man. The next thing we want to talk about is because we want to keep awareness on what's going on with COVID. Um, just to make sure that you're staying safe out there. I know it can get long and arduous right now. You know, we're kind of going back. We're seeing surges coming back up. So just gear yourselves, get yourselves back ready to continue your safety plans, wearing gloves, wearing masks, going to, if you don't have to go out, don't go out. If you're going to have a good time, maybe go in nature instead of going to the club or going to a bar or whatever. Try to find a different way to entertain yourself because researchers from different universities have found that 75,000 more people have died indirectly because of COVID. And these 75,000 people were not included in the numbers that were presented between March to July. So what they mean by being indirectly affected is basically people had underlying health conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, heart disease, and there were a spike in deaths in certain areas that also experienced COVID-19 surges and outbreaks.
Hmm.
So even though there were reported, so let's say there were reported 50,000 people died directly because of COVID. If somebody else died because of a heart attack, it wasn't being included by COVID. But then researchers were finding out that people had traces of COVID in their blood or whatever, and these were causing heart attacks or there was a basically they're saying that there were a lot of underlying health conditions, and there were spikes in New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Florida where a lot of these health conditions are, and there are a lot of deaths that that wouldn't have normally happened, and they're saying that this is a result of COVID.
I got a
You know,
perfect supporting example of that because well, I actually have that information that I know from earlier in the year. First off, remember I brought up prior on the podcast that I lost two of my uncles within 2 weeks earlier in March in New York to COVID. One of them was already in the hospital, excuse me, for an underlying condition, like something else. You know what I mean? And he got it while he was in there, and they tried to first say like it wasn't that. You know what I mean?
right?
So like our family had a fight for them to admit that that's what it was because there was certain procedures and different things that you could like that was being done for those patients than others and different things. You know what I mean? So like they tried to say that it was his other conditions that it was, that he was
Exactly.
in there for, and he got it
Yep.
while he was in there because they're
Yep.
trying to get liability off. It's other things. Since the
Yep.
beginning of COVID, Dr. Fauci has been speaking of the numbers aren't showing what the actual numbers are, and that him and other doctors believe that the numbers are way higher than they're showing. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Since the beginning. And
Yep.
then on top of that, earlier in the year, oh, I don't want to lie, so I'm not going to quote the college that did this study, a similar same kind of study like the one you were just talking about, but it was a university, and they were like different places are counting the numbers differently. Period. Some states were
It's not the
like,
same
if
tracking
if
system across the
once
board.
there Yeah, in some states, once their hospitals were over capacity, they stopped counting. You know what I mean? So like, and remember how many states were over capacity at the time when it was spiking?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you
Right.
know? So, and then they said other states were doing different stuff. And I remember, I don't know if I said it on the pod, but I told you guys in text message or in person before that here in Duval, um, and another county in Florida, the governor Santos had told the schools that they can't report, you know, what's going on with COVID. You know what I mean? They just can only send it to like directly affecting
The
in
health
the
officials,
attendance. No, people who attend the school, like on the school systems. You know, like their
the school board.
message to the parents. Like the text
Right.
message I get from my kids at school, you know, they told us that one kid so far had got COVID and what happened, blah blah blah, and they didn't know who he came in contact with, but they couldn't report it publicly, and media couldn't report those numbers that were happening when they opened back schools, you know, because they didn't want bad publicity on that move. So it's
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
like, if people are doing stuff like that for politics, we're back to that. You know what I mean? Like politics is controlling everything. So
Right.
who knows what the numbers really are?
That's where it gets scary, man. Where politics is controlling the information that we receive when we need all of the information. Like we need all of the information so we can plan and adjust accordingly.
And that affects people taking it seriously.
Exactly. So that's a problem where you have hospitals stop counting. Like, no, we need these numbers. We need all the numbers. The numbers are important. And when it came out that Trump went to and stated that he wants all the numbers reported to him first and no longer to what's the health organization that I'm can't forget?
CDC.
CDC.
There we go, the CDC. Where he wanted to report it, the numbers reported to the White House before the CDC. What does that say? Like, what does that say to you? No,
Manipulation.
we're not gonna give the numbers directly to the doctors. No, we're gonna take the numbers first. Like,
The people should
Ever,
be had. The
that
people should
just
have
makes
direct
me.
communication with the doctors and the scientists. The scientists should be able, and the doctors should be able to report directly to the people. They should have
That's
their
what
own
we
TV. They
should
should have
get
their
those
own TV channel.
statistics. We should get those statistics straight
Yeah,
from them.
they should. They should
That's
have a
what affects
direct
it.
line to us. No media outlet, nothing. We should
Yeah,
be. They
because
should
when
have
I
a head
think of
doctor.
the White House wanting it first, I remember that. Remember that interview came out. I don't know, a couple months or so ago of the person interviewing Trump and him being like, "No, look at these numbers," you know, and
Right.
he wanted you to look
Yeah.
at his specific list of
Yeah.
specific numbers about specific things, like.
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen, bro. And that's what's going to happen in the interview with KY. I'm just preparing us.
no,
That's
that's fine.
exactly
That's
that's
fine
exactly what's going to
because
happen, bro. Because I'm just
that's
No,
letting y'all
that's
know based
perfect.
on what I've been going through over here. So
That's
no,
perfect.
that's fine. Like, because if that does happen, no, that's fine. We cannot continue on with this conversation until you address these questions.
right, I think we should bring up three main topics that we want to discuss. The pandemic, probably. Um, we'll think of some other stuff, and then I mean, we'll go from there. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's this is definitely eye opening. I think this is just eye opening to me. You know what I'm saying? Because one person can tell you that, oh, you can't believe anything that any outlet is saying, but then you have scientists and researchers basically confirming what these people are talking about. So people are saying that the number originally we were supposed to have millions and millions of deaths or something like that. Now scientists are saying or doctors and scientists are saying by the end of this year, we're projected to have 400,000 people die. Like, I don't care if there are estimated millions of people that were supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
If this had been handled correctly, maybe the number couldn't have been 400,000 by the end of the year. Maybe the number could have been 50,000, 100,000 if handled properly. Is what the discussion is, what we're having.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't understand why we're like condemning certain things that are happening, or why we're being so hard, or why we're harping on certain things, is because yes, some of us, like Peach, our family, we have people that have been affected by this. We got friends, we got family that has been affected by this. If you don't have anybody that's been affected by that, then be thankful and be blessed about it. Don't use it as um use it as in your argument to talk about how this is a hoax or this isn't real or the numbers are skewed or people are dying out here, man. This is real. You know, like I really don't go out that much. Only time I go out is if I'm going out in nature and stuff like that. I can't. People ask me to go to lunch and go to the bars and all this. I'm not going nowhere. Like this junk has changed people's lives. It's changed life.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're harping on numbers, and
I
we're
haven't
serious,
been out the whole time either.
Yeah, the only time you going out.
Only place I go is work. Yeah, I go out to work and I use safety precautions at work.
Like, I mean, that's what we were kind of doing anyway. But what if somebody wanted to go out to Top Golf or go somewhere and go bowling, go have a good time? We got to rethink.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm with the party of people that miss that more than anything. Like I like the crowd. You feel me? Y'all know me. My personality is Peach is the crowd. Like I need that. You know what I'm saying? I feed off of that energy. I love that. But when it comes to protecting your family and staying safe and trying to minimize the spread of a pandemic, like you got to make the smarter decision. I got to put the fun aside. Like I know that it's not gonna be like this forever. I don't know how long it's gonna be like this. You know, even if it's way longer than I thought, it's not gonna be forever. You know what I'm saying? Like we are humans. We figured shit out. You know what I'm saying? We've figured everything out up to this point. You know what I'm saying? To at least survive on this planet that we are blessed to be on. So at the end of the day, I don't think, I know I might not be the scientist or the human that figures it out, but I believe in human beings. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the power of the mind. You know what I'm saying? I believe somebody out there is going to figure out a way to save the world and he's going to be a hero. You know what I'm saying? He's going to find a vaccine or a cure or whatever it takes to, slow this down or stop it in its tracks. I believe that. I know we can't see when it's going to happen, but I do believe that. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to be patient. And yes, patience is one of the hardest tests that us as humans have. We like to have our shit our way. But at the end of the day, my way or safety, and I'm a my way ass nigga, safety. You know what I'm saying? Me and my family, we vegan. We miss eating out at some of our favorite spots. We don't got many spots to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we like, damn, I've been cooking my ass off. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl been cooking more than we ever cooked before. You know what I'm saying? Every damn day. And it's like, that's the sacrifice we taking. We want to go out and do all these other things, but we don't want to expose somebody or,
And the worst thing is like, okay, so Pete, for your situation is like the longer everything takes, right, to get back up and moving correctly. Some businesses aren't going to make it through this, and like
some of my businesses definitely already didn't make it.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's hurting. Like y'all, if y'all ever wanted to go out and just eat, and this
some of my places was already tiny,
boy.
small mom and pop shops, and they not making it. No. Shout out to those places still trying though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. And I want to give a shout outs to India, man. Prayers to them right now. Just global news I wanted to throw into us through the pod. They got 7 million cases, brothers.
Yeah, I was reading about them a little bit, and
7 million cases. I don't know about the death.
Subliminally live on a case system out there, and the people on the lower end of that aren't getting no help.
No.
You know what I mean? So they suffering real bad and can't
still in that medieval hierarchy.
Right.
Yeah, they're not publicly, but they still about that life there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Brother Shadez, take us to this next one, my dog.
Yeah, man. Last thing we got today in Real Talk, a little bit of good news, that's coming out over the weekend. We have an innocent man that's been released from prison after 44 years. We have Mr. Ronnie Long, who's a black man who's being released after 44 years of being wrongfully convicted of a rape and burglary. So he had rape and burglary charges that were actually false. There was DNA evidence that didn't match Mr. Long, and he was still wrongfully convicted. We're just going by facts here on what was on the case. His jury was an all-white jury, quote unquote white jury. The evidence that was presented was hair fibers and fingerprints. The reason why I bring that up is because the U.S. Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Stephanie Thacker, she found evidence that the cops left out of the case, such as semen samples and fingerprints that were left out of the case. So, as a result of the evidence that was left out of the case, she let this man go.
Okay.
God bless that man.
Absolutely. It's so good to see that after 44 years of an injustice that it did get corrected. Like, we think about when this man got put in jail. That's 1976, right?
Yes.
While things were trying to get better. Like, that's like I believe that's a year after my mom graduated high school, and her whole time in high school, especially once she got moved over to the other side of town, high school was segregated at that point. Like, everything was still segregated at that point. Wow. So like think about if you're a black man on trial in 1976 and you have an all-white jury, that could potentially lead to something that some can feel that is an unjust verdict, right? And it's just good to hear that this man is free. It sucks that man's life, 44 years of that man's life, was behind bars for something he did not do. But
I mean, I feel you, ST, and I feel you. Trust me, I feel you. But fuck that. It's not good. It's so sad that it took 44 fucking years.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad he's out, but man, and it's just like, man, I couldn't imagine being in his shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, going through probably that court case that you're talking about, which is a whole different, even our court system's still not good for us, but that was the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that, and then like it reminded me of the Central Park 5, the one they made that movie When They See Us about.
Yep.
Those 5, they did like 13, probably over 13 years or something, but still, like, dang, it's like, glad you get out. But why it gotta take so long? Why we don't got a system to double check these things? Why we don't got, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many more innocent people is in jail? How many years they been in there, you know? And then at the end of the day, bro, I hate when they calculate how many years you've been in there and they give you a little bit of change, like, this how much we value those much years you lost. You know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga. 44 years, I want 44 million per year, bro. Tighten up. Pay me.
Tighten up. Because I look at it this way, dog. Like, and think about a man getting out of jail. He went in jail in 1976 and he gets out in 2020. Think about from the last time this man was free, what is around
the 80s?
What is around
90s?
him? What is around him? What is around him?
The 2000 to 20.
Bro, they ain't have cell phones.
First of all, he's so out of this world. It's not even funny, bro. First of all, if you miss 1 year in this world right now, you're gonna come back to a lot of crazy new shit. You know?
Yeah.
If you miss 10, oh my shit.
Right.
20? This man has missed 44 years. And not only missed them, had to suffer. That's not just missing 44 years. He ain't go to sleep, my nigga. My nigga was in hard-ass fucking prison for 44 years, fighting for his life every day, every meal. Probably couldn't not have a moment where he don't gotta watch his back and not trust somebody around him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine that, yo. I try to be good in this world, bro. And it's like, you could be good and try your best, and an accident like that could be your accident of life. Like, in my mind, God gonna bless a nigga like that, in my mind. But that's just my personal opinion and belief, you know? Whether it be now or after, you know what I'm saying? But That's just my personal belief. But at the end of the day, that's still the most suffering shit, yo. That's
Bro,
44 years of torture.
44.
Knowing you
44.
innocent in jail. If you know you innocent and nobody else believe you for some normal shit, that shit hurt. I done been I done been the person around like people accused of like stealing some shit or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that feeling on some little like homeboy shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Imagine on some actually 44 years in jail shit.
And just to like kind of give you his words on what he was saying, he came out and he was just saying he's just enjoying the small things. He's just enjoying the sunrise. He's just enjoying spending time with his wife and kids and his family.
He's blessed that they still there.
Yeah,
like 44 years, you could not have none of that.
Yeah, man.
You know, and shout out to his wife.
That's a real one.
Facts. 44 years apart.
Hey, 44 years ago, they made more real ones. Let me stop.
It seemed like it. It seemed like it.
I love y'all though.
We love y'all. Oh yeah, ladies, we love y'all. But you know, our mamas is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some legit ass women. You know what I mean? But guys, yeah, it's just
my mom barely.
You crazy, boy.
I got a young mama. My mom like 46. My mom young.
Oh, okay. So your mom was so 2 when that man got thrown.
That's what I'm saying. My mama was 2. Imagine I ain't had my mama. I couldn't deal with that.
You wouldn't be here, fool.
Exactly.
For real.
All right, fellas. It's good to get all of that out of the way, you know what I mean? Because you know what time
I wouldn't be on Homie Studios right now.
Facts. But y'all know what time it is.
I need this.
Hey.
It's time for that Barbershop Talk, baby. I'm sorry, y'all, because to the listeners, to the homies, because I don't like calling them listeners. I like calling them the homies because they the homies.
They the homies.
To the homies.
Thank y'all again.
I was supposed to have a treat for y'all, and it did not work in our favor. So just be on the lookout. I won't even give you a time frame. Just be when they hit you, just let it be a surprise. But it's Barbershop Talk, fellas. And first thing we got to take a look at. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, you are definitely going to want to tune in to the YouTube video that will be dropping on Thursday.
Definitely.
Let's take a look at the knockout of the century.
Round 2, fight.
Poke and kick!
Not today! Not today! Snake, are you okay? Snake?
Wait a minute, this man countered a counter with a counter to send his opponent to check in at the counter of the afterlife. He was in the upper room before he hit the floor. This may be the first time in history a foot gave a man a lobotomy. His barber took 65% of his hair, his opponent took 100% of his soul. It was at this moment they unplugged him from the matrix, and just look at his legs, his feet kicked up like a child who involuntarily fell into a pool. But to make matters worse, it was his own body that betrayed him. It wasn't until the moment he blinked that he got kicked in the face. The kick manually made him participate in the Undertaker challenge, had his eyes rolling all the way to the back of his head, had this brother flexing like a gorilla in equatorial Africa. Just look at the way he fell though. Did you see that slight delay? His soul was caught in traffic upon exit. The kick had this brother listening to Kanye West on the spiritual Spotify. Just look at his arms singing, "Father, stretch my hands." This man's foot gotta be a negligent employee at Lids. How Mohawk Poppy ask you for a fitted and you give him a snapback on his neck? Made him drop like a transformer. This a kind of kick you can only see in a video game. Had that brother's eyes rolling back like a slot machine. And I still can't get over the fact that he involuntarily got enrolled into a bodybuilding competition. Just look at him flexing. This is the epitome of having somebody in the first half and getting caught up in the second. Look how he fall out of the camera shot like a fainted Pokemon. This is what happened when you have a fixed camera angle. Just look at his eyes. He never changed where he was looking. Until he got kicked, of course, because at that point he was staring at his ancestors.
I've got you in my sights.
NANI?
Reverse!
This is the personification of a Uno reverse card. But just look at the referee. Look at those first 2 steps. Man took out like Usain Bolt in the 200 meter. The kick enrolled him into the local gym. Look at him doing V-ups, working his abdominals.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is what happens when you step in the octagon with a foot fetish. All you did was catch a pair of feet. Somebody get this brother some smelling salt. Sound the alarm. Get his daddy on the phone. Your son's in critical condition. He's gonna need a medic. Somebody please call a goddamn EMT.
Yo. First of all, shout out Chiseled Adonis. If y'all want to go find
Shout out Chiseled Adonis. That nigga is funny.
hilarious. If y'all want to go find Chiseled, man, go on to YouTube, youtube.com/Chiseled Adonis, and you will find a bevy of quality content. So,
Bro, I just recognized that the beginning of the video, that bitch say game over.
Oh no, he killed it.
Yeah.
He killed that.
Yeah, so that was what if you're listening, that was the knockout from UFC this weekend where Joaquin Buckley knocks out I'm sorry, I'm not even going to try to attempt this other dude's name. But it was a brutal night. Okay, so it looks like Joaquin went for a front kick first, and they got caught. And then he somehow turned that into like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example if you want a visual. RVD used to do this shit all the time, right? RVD used to get his foot caught and he would do like this twist and he would kick a dude like a mule kick the other way. Yeah. But he caught it, but the dude caught this dude square in the face with it.
Yeah,
it was
like all foot, like the whole foot.
Man, 8 foot. 8 foot.
Like whatever size his shoe is that's how much hit his face.
Nah, bro, dude could have died because if he would have kicked it, broke his nose, like kicked that, bro,
jammed it up, it would have been a wrap,
bro.
He would have been.
He rolled his eyes behind his head.
He said he was looking at his ancestors. His eyes rolled back like a slot machine.
He said, "I'm still mad. He involuntary entered a bodybuilding contest."
Look at him flex.
He flexed so hard after he got kicked. His body stiffened. Like,
it made me so. That moment made me laugh so hard the first time.
And that is the reason why I'm not a fighter of the UFC and boxing and none of these street fights. I ain't fighting Kimbo Slice. I'm not about to get knocked out and Kimbo. Look like none of these niggas.
No, I don't want that smoke. I'm keep it 1,000.
Yeah, like fight me in the streets. I want the smoke of regular human beings. Like y'all fucking monster niggas, y'all can fight each other. I'm good on that.
Bro, I gotta at least learn the technique, bro, because I can't let one.
Like try me if your record in fighting is from like middle school, high school. You know what I'm saying? Don't try me if your record is in a ring. Like,
right.
Are you talking about UFC
if
matches?
Your record is not from like the
club
field,
the club,
right?
You know what I mean? Can we get standard dude
the
fighters?
Store, like,
right? You know what I mean? I need my fighting. If I'm gonna fight you, I need you to be like the lowest ranked dude on like UFC Fight Night. But like then take like 10 points off every attribute. Like that's where I need you at, brother. I don't need you being a world champ. You know, you fought in multiple countries on multiple pay-per-views. I don't need none of that smoke.
Knockout videos on YouTube. I'm good. Like you don't punch the dreads off somebody. I like my dreads.
Bro, these dudes would turn one move into an armbar and break your junk in like 5 seconds.
5 seconds, bro. I don't need that in my life. I don't know how to defend it. You know. So if you look, I don't even want to say look because looks can be deceiving.
I used to
Anderson Silva.
When I boxed, I knew it was niggas I didn't want to spar with. I don't care what weight we got in common, nigga. I'm not trying this nigga right here. Like, that day I might not be feeling good. Like This nigga got something to fight for. Like, he don't got parents. Like, I'm good.
This man said, my awareness is normally at 96. It's at a 75 today. I don't know if I can fight this. I can't even spar with this dude.
I'm telling you. When you in the gym training with them niggas and you see them, like, that's why I could imagine, like, we can't give the credit to the Kobe Bryant's, Michael Jordan, LeBron James niggas that the niggas that was in the locker room and in practice every day with them could give. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I hear Scottie Pippen talk about Jordan, I'm like, I'm listening to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Right. When LeBron retire and we hear back to some of these niggas who play with him talk about it, you're gonna hear some great stories and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like, those are different breeds of people. You know, I was in the gym with niggas like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't eat and breathe that shit. I was trying to be good, in good shape and look good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and since you want to bring up LeBron,
we
might as well go ahead and slide over to the National Basketball Association. You know,
we did it!
Yeah.
Champ, nigga. In 6, nigga. Who lost the what? Who called it wrong? Oh,
me.
Not me. Not me.
I called it wrong twice.
I was gonna get them boys a couple games, you know what I'm saying?
Shout
out to my boy Jimmy Buckets.
No, your
Shout
boy
out to my boy
your
Jimmy
boy
Buckets.
get the kudos for calling the game right. You got off the bandwagon, sir. You said game You said game 5 after you said game 6 originally. Yeah. You agree with ST on the last pod. You and Gerard, and y'all said game 5. Your boy stayed true and said game 6. You did.
Bruh, I ain't changed my pick. I don't know what this guy's.
Oh, we got this on ST. Am I right or am I wrong, sir?
We will have.
Who was the only one to stay true?
We will have to do.
Never moved from my pick.
Yes, you did.
We will have to do a little reviewing of
because AP was on this.
And what
that
you're
was the
gonna
last
see
slide
on
with
the
AP.
review. On the review, what you're gonna see is, on the pod with AP, I didn't say in 5. How could I have said that in 5?
Because it was before the last game, and everybody gave their stance on it, and I was the only one that said 6.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. I ain't changed my pick. We was talking about will they?
You and Gerard.
We was talking about will they win that game that day, and I thought they was gonna win that game that day.
Okay, you changed your pick.
But that was game 5. That was game 5 though.
I'm saying that ain't changing my pick from the beginning. Like, if we'd have bet money, that's not taking my money out of the Vegas casino.
You saying the game? You saying the series would have been over?
We was talking different.
What
after game 1, we was saying that it might look like it.
What Peach is saying?
Sweep.
What Peach is saying?
That didn't change your pick.
Peach. What Peach is saying is this. I bought my ticket for the Lakers in 6 already from the sports book. You know what I mean? So if I would have went back and bet money on game 5, I would have lost game 5, but when they won in 6, I still would have won my money. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. But nah, you can miss me with that.
All right, no.
Nigga, you jumped off the boat.
You know what? I'm gonna take this. You know why I'm gonna take this, ST? Because I'm gonna be able to call him out on this 100 times more than he could ever call me out on this. Mr. Change my pick.
Not recently, sir.
No, that's facts.
As of recently, your boy's been kind of right on the
pod recording what I said, so I've been trying to remember to keep my stuff.
Your boy's been kind of right on the pick. Your boy's been kind of right on the pick, so much so that ST made a joke and called me Nostradamus. I think you can kind of give it to me right now that I called it in 6.
Okay. We'll see, but you just lost 20 to me in that game.
Wait a minute.
Whoa, we ain't gonna talk about that on the pod, huh?
When did I call you Nostradamus?
I don't know.
When I said it'll be in 6 still.
False claiming on the pod.
No, it's not false claiming. We got video evidence, brother. We can always go back.
Okay, so
he ain't gonna tell y'all I won 20 on this Lakers game the other day.
Yeah, Peach 120 from me. I owe my boy 20.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Nah, you already paid me.
I really didn't even want to visit this topic because it was only one part of the trifecta of terrible sports weekend for your boy, right? Because after we won game 5, my whole I adjusted my whole thought process, right? So I'm on record saying Lakers in 5. When we win game 5, instantly it was Heat in 7, bitch, because at that point my prediction's wrong. I have no reason to care about the Lakers at that point. Man, but you could see this is what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Game 5. Jimmy Butler had to play games that LeBron generally plays. Oh, you played practically the whole game? Oh, you had to play almost every second of the game?
You're out 40 seconds?
And be productive.
This is why LeBron is next level. Because Jimmy Butler couldn't turn around and do the same game back to back.
Yeah.
Having to play all that.
Yeah.
We see LeBron do this, especially
we've seen it for a decade.
Let's talk specifically about the finals where Kyrie and Kevin Love was out. He did that every fucking game and gave you the stats every fucking game.
Not the finals where he almost won MVP in a loss.
Right, that one.
I wanted them to give him that. I felt like he deserved it personally.
Bittersweet finals.
Give Iguodala the finals MVP, bro.
I'm talking about he held him down. He locked him down. Did you not see this nigga stat line?
Yeah.
Held him down. If that's holding him down.
I put it this way, man. This finals was very bittersweet for your boy. I do like what I see out of Miami, and I think that there is some
shout out to Miami, baby. 305.
Have we had the discussion of is there an asterisk next to this championship?
There's not an asterisk next to this championship.
Not in my opinion either. But also, I got to give you also some kudos real quick, Jay, because I talked shit the other day about the Duncan Robinson that you was talking about, and then I seen some of that nigga them couple last games. So.
In game 5.
In game 5, for sure, I seen it. That same game after we talked about it, I was like, oh shit, he about to shit on me. He was like, oh, give me a smile.
Swag.
Ooh, some of those were so fast. Like off the pick behind. You didn't even see the shot. You just saw the ball go. I was like, oh shit.
All you saw from Duncan Robinson was.
But I do agree with your mindset that if he's hitting like that, they're gonna be a hard team to beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was confidence with him. He was overtaken by the moment. Once he got his confidence, he got his feet set. He was ready. If you can get him, Tyler Hero going at the same time, him and Tyler Hero need to learn how to start with Bam and Jimmy, and they need another person to and then they're gonna be deadly.
They made it to the finals. They need another person.
Yes.
No, they need one more person because Dragic is good and everything, but I think they need somebody else.
Position they need a point guard.
No.
What do they need? Tell me what they need.
They need somebody else like Bam, I think. Another athletic big man, I think, that can shoot.
No. You know what they really need? I'll tell you exactly what they need.
Giannis.
They need a center. And let Bam be the 4 that he wants to be.
Yeah, let Bam be the 4 for real.
You see what I'm saying? That's what they need. That's what they need because they're too small. Because if Bam is your center, then you small because LeBron is the same height as Bam, but he's bigger than Bam. And if your center is smaller than LeBron, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a problem. It's not a problem for the majority of the league. But then if we were to get back in the same position next year where we got to go up against the Lakers again,
you got to have somebody.
Problem. Right.
Yeah, you got to have somebody.
Right. I'll tell you exactly who I think would be a good fit.
Okay, I like this.
Joel Embiid.
That would be nasty.
A center that can hit threes sparingly, but still hit threes. Can stretch the court. Obviously, a rim protector. You let Bam do all of that Bam shit, and then you let the young boys continue to grow.
LeBron ain't doing all that driving.
Not consistently. Not against Embiid.
Nah. AD gonna start fading away.
Time out now. Y'all tripping.
Wait a minute.
These boys gonna be in foul trouble 2 out of them 7 games.
Wait a minute. That's why I said not as frequently.
Exactly. I didn't say he's gonna stop him. I just said he ain't gonna be doing all the driving.
I'm just saying you told me before this series that Bam was gonna lock AD down.
I never said that. I said he was gonna contain him.
Did he?
Well, there were certain games where he had 16 points, 17 points. That wasn't all because of Bam. I think that was because AD was off. He also twisted his ankle, and he had a defensive assignment. He had a defensive assignment to stop Jimmy Butler. So he sacrificed a lot of offense to make sure Jimmy Butler got shut down. So that was another reason. It wasn't just Bam, but I never said Bam was going to shut AD down.
I know, but did he contain him?
Yeah, he contained him a little bit, but AD had a couple of games where he showed off. You can't contain somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? You can just try to stop him as much as you can. You know,
that's what I was trying to say when we was arguing about.
That's what I was telling you before.
Yeah, of course. But at the same time, I thought Bam was going to be able to.
All right. I just want you to say you was wrong about it.
I wasn't wrong.
Oh my gosh! You just admitted you was wrong in your explanation, and then said
I didn't.
Words. What is
wrong? I didn't.
No. Literally, in your statement, you said no one can contain him.
Yeah, no one can contain him.
But you said that Bam was going to contain him. That's literally what we said.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Look at the facts of the game. Did he win the Finals MVP? Did he score every game 20 points, 30 points?
Man,
was he his usual AD self?
Let me ask you a question.
Was he his usual AD self?
Pro NBA focus to show you the numbers of Bam exactly on him and what it was.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that if you want me to admit that I was wrong.
Wait a minute. Did Shades really just say, was he Finals MVP? Like they was giving that to anybody but LeBron. Come on.
What are you talking about? If AD would have continued to play the way he was playing, they definitely
let me be honest. If AD ain't getting foul trouble that game and get hurt, he would have had a possibility. But he didn't play the ball of like when he's the man. You know what I'm saying? LeBron continued to have
out of the first 2 games, it was neck and neck, bro.
LeBron averaged a 28-point triple-double for the series.
There is not a off game, they were neck and neck. That's what's funny.
Like no matter what, the man averaged a 28-point triple-double for the series. They wasn't giving that to nobody else but LeBron.
Nah, he deserved it.
I don't really care.
I thought, in my opinion, it was going to be a closer competition. Like I thought when the game was over, it's all said and done. If the Lakers did win, I thought I was going to be waiting for that moment. Like, who's it going to be? You know what I'm saying? I thought in the beginning of the series, like before it started, that's what was going to be the moment.
Well, Game 6,
based on how they've been playing before.
Game 6 specifically, LeBron let it be known. I'm getting all the rebounds. We compete for rebounds. We compete for rebounds. My rebound now. I'm getting all this because it's gonna be my Finals MVP.
No, I think since Game 1, judging from me watching the Lakers in each of these series, I think from Game 1, LeBron came out with a mentality of he was coming to be the MVP of this series.
I think
versus how I see him come out in the other series. You know what I'm saying?
I think LeBron came out.
I don't think it was the focus of the MVP. I think it was the focus of.
I don't think it was the focus on the MVP, but I think it's a back thought in a nigga like LeBron mind, which makes it a slight focus.
Of course, because he thinks through everything.
He's too smart to let it be the biggest thing.
I would say this though. I think he came out and said, "I'm gonna set the tone for the squad for the series."
Yep.
I'm letting y'all know because not a lot of y'all.
It's important that he did too, and he wasn't passive. It's
Not a
important
lot
that
of-
he was
see,
very
the
aggressive.
game-
Not a-
the
not
game
a-
that
wait,
I'm
hold on,
talking
wait,
about-
Hold on. Not a lot of y'all have been here. Not a lot of y'all have been here. AD, I don't want you to think for a second that you ain't that dude. So I'm because they said it themselves. We expect greatness out of each other. We push each other. So I'm gonna come out, AD. I'm gonna show you exactly the tempo and how this whole series is gonna go. Follow my lead. That's what I think he was trying to do with this series, especially game one, when you got to let it be known. And what that was a epic blowout in itself, also. You know what I mean?
To me, he came out in game one with what I'm thinking is he gonna be the man mentality. And AD played better in the games that he played like that. You know what I mean? AD's better games were those games. So that's why I knew he was going to be the MVP in the beginning because, you know what I'm saying? They were both balling, but LeBron was balling. And the reason why AD was balling in some of them games. Because the LeBron AD pick and roll got to go down in history as one of the best.
The fact that it was debatable in this man's 17th year, and he put up the performance once again that he put up in his 17th year for his, running into his fourth championship.
Hey, fourth MVP.
Man, it's just impressive. And like now you look to next season and you think, well, what kind of improvements is the team going to make? You know what I mean? Like we know there's going to be changes. What y'all think? Who y'all think going? Who you think they might be looking at? You know what I'm saying? What y'all looking at for the Lakers 2021?
Kuzma gone. I see them bringing back Rondo. I see them bringing back Markieff. I think Deion Waiters is going to be gone. I think they'll probably bring back J.R. Smith, McGee, Dwight Howard. I think Danny Green's gone. I see them picking up. I see them trying to pick up another scorer. Trying to maybe get like an Oladipo, pull a Bradley Beal.
They ain't even got to go that hard. I'm gonna tell you the name I think they should add. Spencer Dinwiddie. That's all it takes. Spencer Dinwiddie is a scorer. He's a hooper. You know what I mean? They don't even take like that big name, that next big name. You know what I mean? They don't even need that extra big name. Spencer
Is he a free agent?
Yes.
Nice.
And I think that putting my name on it. 2020-2021 season, whenever they started, Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be on the Lakers.
If that happened, that's a key pickup.
It's a fantastic.
He need to leave the Nets now that Kyrie's there.
Now that Kyrie and KD are there.
Yeah, and they got LeVert already too. That's the number 3 right there. So you ain't gonna be able to do what you want to do, bro.
No, and I think that I think it's a good spot for him. I think that's a really good spot for him.
No, that's a good pickup. I didn't know he was a free agent. That's dope.
I think that they're gonna pick up some people that we're not even thinking about. I think they're gonna pick up some solid vets and a couple young guys and try to keep the core going. I think they're gonna keep for sure. I think they're gonna keep KCP. I think Danny Green gone.
Yeah.
Gotta go. He's replaceable. I think Kuzma, maybe gone. I think there's a possibility he could stay. They like Kuzma. When Kuzma ball, he clicked good when he clicked. You know what I'm saying? They just got to get him to click it more. And like McGee and some of these guys, I think are gone, and they're going to replace them with other similar guys. You know, I think they're going to try to keep that veteran depth and like a couple, like a younger 6-man kind of person. You know what I mean? I think that's a good rotation for them. Yeah, I don't really think they go for no big names either.
Do you think they keep Howard?
I do.
I think so too. I think he earned LeBron's trust this year. And you know that goes a long way. That goes a long way.
I think him off the bench is a key piece to this team.
Yes.
That's a defensive
well.
MVP coming off the bench with a defensive MVP that's in the starting lineup.
He played well this postseason, man. Like
He played very well.
when
He needed a nigga like LeBron to humble him.
Yeah, because
AD and LeBron playing with them niggas, you ain't winning in practice like you winning on the. You know what I'm saying?
This goes back to that
you
whole
playing.
This goes back to the make the teammates better thing, right? Like we saw now this also goes back to Dwight's ego also, but we saw Dwight when he went to the Lakers beforehand when it was with Kobe. And that clash was not great. He goes back to the Lakers with LeBron, and this is no shot at Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. Love you, Kobe. I'm just saying as far as personality clashes. LeBron isn't going to beat you down like that. He's going to try to uplift you. And I'm not saying that Kobe was out here beating all his teammates down, but if you kind of got a little bit of softness,
he had a different way of uplifting, just like Mike.
If you got a little bit of softness to you, Kobe wasn't playing none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that take.
That's fine. That's fine, and I'm more than happy.
I want to hear what you got to say, Jay.
Yeah, brother, the floor is yours, brother.
Only reason I disagree on that part is just because Dwight Howard was in a different place when he was with Kobe. He was more immature. He wasn't taking his job serious. He admitted to that. And I think he brought a different approach to when he came with LeBron. So LeBron is not getting the same Dwight Howard that Kobe got.
But that's exactly what I said. I said also that his ego also plays a role in this too. Before I even said anything, because it is his ego. His ego and his maturity has a lot to do with it. But at the same time, like I said, with how Kobe handles it, like Kobe didn't deal with soft teammates. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And like he had a little bit of a softness to him, and then add on the back injury.
I don't think it was softness. It wasn't softness. It was the fact that he was playing around too much and he wasn't serious about his craft, which is why Kobe clashed with Shaq.
I'm not saying so, and that can be perceived as soft. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not saying soft. I'm not saying soft as like, yo, he a punk. He a
like
wood.
When you say soft, I'm thinking Karl Anthony Towns or what Jimmy Butler.
No,
Karl Anthony Towns. That's what I'm thinking about.
Completely different soft, but I understand. Okay. I can understand how you got to that point.
Yeah,
I agree with y'all. I think that Dwight honestly he wanted to be the man so bad.
Yeah,
and then he did between the time he played with Kobe and played with LeBron. He did realize he wasn't the man. He wasn't gonna be the man. He did realize that. That's a big realization for a nigga like him to have to take.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like, I can't even understand what that would feel like.
Or to go from
to take that step,
or to go from being the man to then having to transition to not being the man. That's a tough thing mentally.
We see it with our boy Melo.
Yeah, it took Melo a while to get to this point where he's now more comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all hear Melo's interview with JJ Redick on his podcast?
No. What do you say?
When y'all have a chance, check that out. Like Melo explained, like they was questioning him about his transition, like between Thunder, Rockets, and going to the Blazers. Like what really happened? Did he feel like an outcast? He explained the situation with Phil Jackson, everything. So that was a really good, you know what I mean? That was a really good interview. So if you got a second, all the homies go out there and check out that, with Carmelo Anthony and JJ Redick. But I think it's consensus here that we think that the Lakers are probably going to go back to being the number one team starting next season. Do y'all think that the Golden State Warriors are the biggest rival to them? Or if not, who do you see as the biggest rival to the Lakers in the West?
I will start this one off. No, I do not think that the Golden State Warriors are going to be the biggest rivals. Do I think the Golden State Warriors are going to come back and compete in the West? Yes. Will they be in the playoffs? Yes. I do think that. Do I think they're going to be competing for a ring next year or close to it? I don't think so. I don't think they're about to just jump back. I know they're going to get a high draft pick. I know they might get LaMelo or whoever they get. But I don't think that they're going to come back off not playing for this long into competitive play and jump back into championship warriors. You know what I'm saying? And I also think that don't sleep on the Rockets with a coach change. You know what I'm saying? I think they trying to be back where they was.
See, the Rockets don't scare me because while they do get a coach change, and yes, they have opportunity at this point to go make some roster changes as well. But
Right.
as the
Of course,
roster,
they need that.
but as their roster currently constructed, they
Correct.
still don't have a big, like a single one.
That was the dumbest trade I've ever seen to me.
Like, why would you get rid of Clint Capella? That was the dumbest thing y'all could have possibly did. But so Houston doesn't scare me as of today.
Right.
Then I guess what's the next one? The Clippers, but we know they're about to make a whole bunch of moves. But the thing is, I guess the Clippers are going to try to make.
Don't sleep on Phoenix.
But the Clippers don't. But the Clippers don't have any kind of wiggle room. They don't have any pieces. Y'all got rid of all y'all pieces going to get Paul George, and now your team chemistry is still trash.
What about the Mavericks?
Mavericks is a possibility.
They're a competitor.
Like you said, the Nuggets is a possibility.
I don't see Utah yet. I think Utah is going to be a second round exit again.
Yeah,
Utah needs to make good roster moves to be there.
Yeah, and that's tough in Utah. But and when I think about it though, Golden State, bro. Like, I understand what you're saying, P. Just tough to make that jump back into the transition of playing championship basketball. But that's what we got a whole regular season for everybody to get their legs back right, get their form right, get back into the chemistry back in order. You know what I mean? And then when we get,
I'm not saying they're not gonna come ball.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm saying like
that's Steph. Don't let me sound like I'm disrespecting Steph and Clay. I'm one of Clay's biggest fans.
No, definitely. I'm definitely not trying to put that out there for you. But what I'm saying is, by the time playoffs start, and you got we're talking about the best backcourt in NBA history. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then we know that Draymond is a hustle nigga. You know what I mean?
Right.
And really, we've seen in the past, those three alone is really what you need. Now they made a key acquisition that I can't remember the name of.
Andrew Wiggins.
That's right. They got Andrew Wiggins. Now, was Andrew Wiggins the number one overall player that he should have been? No. But you put him in that system where he doesn't have to be 1, 2, and sometimes even 3. I think that piece alone is a very good piece to get them at least to the Western Conference Final, and that will make them the biggest rival in the West to the Lakers.
ST, let me piggyback off you, my brother, because the reason why I'm going with Golden State is because they got the number 2 pick in the draft, man, and they're projected to get LaMelo Ball
in the draft, man.
All right. And how many of the last number 2 overall picks came out and balled out? They first year. I know they didn't get to play with Clay and Steph, but
I don't really care about what other people have done in the past. I want you to go look at LaMelo Ball in the Australian Basketball League playing against grown men.
History clearly states.
No. Go look at LaMelo Ball's highlight tapes or his footage.
I can say that about any number 2 player at this point before they make it to the NBA.
Peach, have you seen
that NBA competition?
It's a professional basketball.
Is it NBA competition?
Players from
when Australia play USA, what that shit be looking like?
Yes. Players from that league join the NBA. Yes.
How many a year?
I'm not sure, but it's
that
still
are relevant.
It's better than college.
Name 2.
It's better than college.
Name 2.
It's better competition than college.
I never heard
what you're saying to me. I never heard of that player.
I've never heard of better competition than college. He must be a baller.
Right.
Yep. Showing enough is.
He said
making millions.
Come
Sponsored
on, bro.
by-
You tripping
sponsored by
when you
Nike.
say that. You tripping when you say that.
Okay, we'll see.
I can't say it's better than college because college is made to develop niggas for the NBA. Australian basketball, European basketball, Chinese basketball is not made to develop you for the
Okay,
NBA.
just like I said last year, Ja Morant was going to ball out. Watch this year.
We
LaMelo
all
Ball
knew
is about to ball out.
Who said Ja wasn't gonna ball?
I'm just saying. Some people said that he may not come in and ball. I'm not saying anybody on this pod said it, but I'm telling you, last year I said Ja Morant's going to be he probably going to get drafted number 2. He's going to ball. Number 2 this year is probably going to be LaMelo Ball. And watch what I tell you. And then the fact that he has Steph Curry, Klay Thompson to teach him, they have championship pedigree.
That don't make it harder for him to ball.
No, it doesn't make you harder because you're a rookie. You have no expectations. It's going to be like a Tyler Hero situation.
You the number 2 overall pick.
It doesn't matter. You're on the Golden State Warriors. You're on a championship team, bro.
So that make you have no expectation. That makes you have more
You
expectation. You better play at a championship
it's not that
level.
you don't have. No, it's not that you don't have no expectations, but the expectations that you're thinking about is not the same as if you were to go on a team and you're that dude like Ja Morant. Like Ja Morant is on the Grizzlies. He's that dude. There is expectations on him. But if you go into a team that's a championship team, like what
you got what's your expectation? So what do you think when you draft a dude number 2 overall and you got Klay, Steph, and Draymond already in place, what do you expect from him?
I'm expecting 10 to 15 points a game, 5 assists, 2 or 3 rebounds the first year.
You don't think that's a lot? You know how many rookies don't average that?
With Wiggins on the roster too.
That's what I'm
Wiggins
saying.
on the roster. He's going to be a role player.
But this is the thing though, because if LaMelo goes there, he's coming off the bench. So anytime they have bench moments, he's going to be the key ball. He's going to be the key ball handler at that point.
Why would he have to come off the bench if you play small ball sometimes with certain teams?
See, this is the thing.
Because it's better
for him telling me that he's coming to be a starter. So then how do you have no expectations? No expectations of impact? And then you tell me 15 points. That's high expectations for a rookie. That's a big contributor to a team.
So I'm telling you what he's capable of when I tell you 10 to 15 points. I don't expect him to get that, but based on what I've seen,
what would you expect if this was your team?
He's capable of 10 to 15 points a game based on what I've seen. He can drive.
Yeah, but I asked you, what would your expectations be if that was your situation, and that's what you told me.
I said I don't really have any expectations, but what I project and what I think he's going to do is 10 to 15 points a game based on what I see him doing in the Australian basketball league.
Never heard of a number 2 overall NBA draft pick with no expectations. I don't care what team you're going to.
That's fair.
Okay, go ahead.
That's fair, but to be fair, if it would be a number 2 overall draft pick going to an organization that is not like every other organization that other number 2s have had to go to. Like how Golden State lucked into this one. Like they sacrificed they sacrificed a year to get the number 2 overall pick with pieces that you already got in place that are Hall of Fame worthy. Like that's a good spot for a number 2 overall to go, man. But
I really want to consider it a sacrifice, but they were put in that position.
I mean, no matter what,
I just feel like
year to go get.
I just feel like you getting a team that was obviously trash last year to get the number 2 overall pick. Coming back, you got an MVP in Steph Curry, one of the best two-way guards we ever seen in history, in Klay Thompson. Both coming off of injuries we've seen slow down people's career.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back to merge with Draymond, having been off of playing organized basketball for so long competitively. Longer than the other people. Like people who experienced the bubble that didn't get to go to the bubble already or haven't played competitive ball in a long time. You know what I mean? Them even longer. Steph played some of the end of that season, so he
Hey,
considered
Pete.
with those dudes.
Hey, Peach, how many trips to the finals did the Golden State have? How many years in a row were they in the finals?
You say that, and then when I say how many years did LeBron go, that don't get no respect. So how am I supposed to give that respect when it's less?
I've never not shown LeBron respect for going to the finals hella times.
Bro, when we used to be like, yo, he been there 6 straight times, you did used to be like, but how many did he win? He lost. He did.
Okay, well, that's me then. I'm talking about me now. I've like I said, I've changed my respect on LeBron. So going to the finals that many times does show consistency. So again, I'm gonna bring up my point with Golden State. So if you agree that it works with LeBron, then you definitely agree that it works with Golden State here. So you might as well just go with your boy on this one, don't you think?
No, I don't think.
Ride with me. Ride with me. It's okay. You don't have to agree with me. We'll agree to disagree.
I think that they didn't just go last year, and I think that missing a year of being in that mode
after being in there 5 years in a row, was it 4 years, 5 years?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll pick them over anybody else in the West.
I don't hate on that. I'm not hating that that's a bad pick.
No doubt.
So now that we have come to the conclusion that we're not going to agree on this, I think it's time for a new segment, fellas.
Hey, what is called, ST?
It's called ST's Top Performer of the Week. You know what I mean?
What?
And I obviously this week was so obvious. It was pretty obvious. You know what I mean? But
it is obvious. He's
let's
not
take
on this team.
Woo,
Never will be.
Obviously. But let's take a look.
Top performance.
Let's take a look.
Remain to the backfield. Second and goal. Into the end zone is Claypool for a Steelers touchdown. Third down and 6. Roethlisberger to a wide open Claypool. Claypool inside the 5 to the end zone. His second touchdown today. 32 yards from Roethlisberger to Claypool. This is Claypool. He's in. His third touchdown today. How about that formation? They had 4 receivers bunched to the left side, and they led the way for Chase Claypool. Yeah, Chase Claypool. Slot to the left is Claypool. As Roethlisberger throws, Claypool makes the catch. His 4th touchdown today.
As you can see by that last transition, the boy is a star. Shout out to the Chase Claypool, rookie out of Notre Dame.
That boy had touchdown.
The Steelers know how to draft, don't they?
Who was on ESPN on ESPN's fantasy football app. He was available in 99% of leagues before as of yesterday. So shout out to you if you had that number 1 waiver wire and was able to copy, because that was the only way you was getting that, man.
I tried to apply for him out of 4 out of 6 leagues, all the leagues that I could. I was like,
yep.
Him and
bro, on the 3rd touchdown, it was like, nah, announcer, you circled the wrong receiver, bro. I'm balling today. Like you ain't know.
It's me. You know what I mean? But no,
it's not Juju, it's me.
But like, bro, we sat there and watched that on Sunday, and like, yo, every touchdown, you like, all right, the first one you like, oh, okay, little rookie getting his little shine in. Second one, you like, oh, okay, he having a real good day today. You know what I mean? He having a day. You know what I'm saying? Third one, oh shit, he taking off. Fourth one, holy, okay, word.
Who is this dude?
By the third one, you already grabbing your phone and looking at ESPN.
Bro,
I mean, at this point, fantasy wise, we mess with rookie receivers because they be balling.
It's a lot
Ruggs ball too.
Ruggs ball. Justin Jefferson is balled this year. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb is balled this year.
CeeDee, couple games.
Who's we're looking for the Jerry Judy breakout game, right?
Yeah, we waiting on him. He
Yo,
owe me on DraftKings.
Chase Claypool is 6'4".
Yeah, he ain't no small dude.
And he fast.
Yeah. Yeah, like shout out to him because they got two good young ones, man. They got him and Schuster, and
Deontay Johnson and James
Washington.
Washington too. Yeah, but I'm talking about like from what we see in like
number one,
two potential number ones. We might have a 1.5. You know what I'm saying? We never know what's going on right here. So
you ain't lying.
But man, good to see that young man go out there and have a fantastic performance this weekend. He is ST's top performer of the week.
Hey.
Salute.
You dig? Yo, my dark horse team of the year is looking more and more favorable for your boy as the Raiders beat the Chiefs. And the question is that a big deal or is it not a big deal? Because I guess I'll start first since it's my dark horse team. It's not a big deal. It's just that Raiders are a good team. Hence the reason why they were my dark horse team. Yes, what were we anticipating? Were we anticipating Kansas City going undefeated this year? I know this is Las Vegas's first win against the Kansas City Chiefs in a very long while. But at the same time, any given Sunday, it's one of those regular season losses that of the two that they're probably going to have this year. You know what I'm saying?
What you got, Jay? Mine's good. I'm saving it for last.
No, I think it's a big deal. I'm not gonna go like super far. It's over for the Chiefs. Abandoned ship. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm just gonna be abort mission. Like, nah. I'm not gonna say nothing against them or their dynasty that they got building over there, but I am gonna say it's a big deal because of the fashion in which the Raiders did it. They matched them firepower for firepower and forced Mahomes to throw an interception. You know, I believe it was the first interception of the year. So when you force Mahomes to have a defensive turnover and they're not just blowing you out, or the only reason I'm not saying it's not a big deal is because could it be did the Chiefs just take the Raiders for granted, just thinking that, we on this winning streak, you know, we're about to go through everybody, you know. So I think it's a big deal because of how the Raiders match the Chiefs blow for blow. You know what I mean? Pause.
What you got?
It's both. First, it is a big deal. One, because they didn't beat them in forever. So for any team, that's good momentum. Two, they just beat the best team in the league, basically. So that feels good in itself, even if it wasn't in your division. It's a big deal because Derek Carr been facing a lot of scrutiny, even from us. You know what I mean? And
not so much from
me. Showed out in that game on the big stage, but it's not a big deal. Oh wait, the other reason that it is a big deal, or it can be a big deal, is because they are in their division and they're gonna get to play them again. And you guys, just like me, know what it feels like to not only possibly be able to play a team twice, but 3 times if you actually want to compete, you know, because Patriots, the year y'all played the Titans 3 times.
Oh my God.
Yes. So it's like, you know, you got one on them, and it can be a big deal, but you got to get the other on them. Because if you don't, it might not be a big deal. Because if you might have to go through them to get anywhere in the postseason in that divisional round. You know what I mean? So, but it's also not a big deal because if they don't make nothing of it, what will it mean in the end? If they don't string this to some other wins, it's gonna be nothing because the Chiefs gonna most likely bounce back. You know what I mean? It's not go. It could be not a big deal. Easier to the Chiefs than to the Raiders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's all.
Yeah, man. We got to get into the tragedy of the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Do we have to?
My
Do we
gosh,
have
yeah, bro.
to?
We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it one good time because it's going to
I
continue to
thought we
come
was
up
gonna
throughout the
skip
year.
college football segment this show.
No, not that
I thought
part.
that was a mutual agreement.
No.
Not even that one, brother.
Not even that one, bro.
Oh, you talking about the tragedy?
Yeah, bro. We got to talk about how Dak. We got to talk about the Dak injury. You know, he tried to run the ball, get some extra yardage for his team.
The video I know SC ain't gonna show on the podcast.
No, we're not showing that video, bro. Of course, he dislocated the way that he was brought down. The dude tried to bring him down with his weight, and his ankle was dislocated. They did
compound fracture.
Yep.
Yeah, they confirmed this morning compound fracture.
And maybe and dislocation. It was and something else though.
It was a dislocation, but they had a successful surgery this morning. Everything was put back in place, and he's out for 4 to 6 months. So the question that I got for y'all is it over for Dak in Dallas?
No, it's not. No, what they're going to end up doing, they're going to end up franchising him next year. He's going to get another 1-year deal. And now he has to come out and have a prove it year. It sucks because he should have just been on a long-term contract at this point anyway. But, I mean, we know the man got an insurance policy out for instances just like this, in case something like this were to happen. He's going to collect this. He's going to collect this money, but he's going to come back next year. They're going to end up franchising him, see what he can bring for next year, make sure he's fully healthy, even though he's supposed to be back. He could be recovered within 4 to 6 months, which is great news to hear because based off of the footage of what you saw happen, thankfully, as bad as it looked, it wasn't as bad as it was. That's the best way to put it. But I do believe he'll be back next year.
Woo! I hope you're right, ST, because I kind of disagree. I think they already was trying to disrespect him on the contract. I don't think that they're going to think that his market value is franchise tag worthy. I think they're going to basically offer him some low or walk. You know what I'm saying? And I also don't think the market is going to be high for him out there coming off that injury. I think it is going to be a market for him. I don't feel like it's going to be what he deserves. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if any of you guys seen what, what's his name, who hit him, Logan Ryan said. Logan was like, he been through a bad injury before. He was like, he came back stronger and he hope and pray that he do. He said it happened to him in the same similar contract situation and stuff. And he was like, he felt so sick to his stomach that happened. You know what I mean? He was like, Dak been balling so hard and it was a hell of a battle and they was playing so hard. Like, he been playing so hard for his team, And like, if you see what all he said, it was some real heartfelt shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, just like, it's so devastating. But I think he might get disrespected, yo. I think with the way they already been disrespecting him, I don't think they're going to franchise tag him. I hope they do, but that's a lot of money to give somebody coming off that injury.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially if they get a high draft pick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to disagree, my boy. SC. I think in a perfect world, we will want that to happen because if they don't bring that back, that's gonna tear apart the locker room unless Andy Dalton leads them to the playoffs. If Andy Dalton can lead them to the playoffs and they can get some playoff wins, the team's gonna be like, I get it, but maybe they'll understand. Maybe the players will understand. But I think they're gonna lose. I think if they didn't bring Dak back, I think they're gonna lose the locker room. The reason why I don't think they're gonna bring Dak back is because the things that we alluded to about the contract. Basically, it was Dak wanted 4 years. Jerry Jones wanted 5 years, but now Jerry Jones has proven that he's not going to pay Dak if they don't agree on the numbers. Dak is probably still going to feel that he's going to be worth a certain amount of money. Jerry Jones has made checkmate when he had Andy Dalton on the team. Why am I going to pay Dak Prescott?
Andy Dalton?
Andy Dalton is not the quarterback savior of anything, and they're not.
Hold on, let me finish my point, please. Let me finish my point, please, before y'all go ahead and chime in. He has, depending on how Andy Dalton finishes the season, why am I going to pay somebody $40 million when I can get somebody on a discount that wants to be on the team? So, like I predicted before in the earlier episodes, I said that I don't think that Dak Prescott is going to be on the Cowboys in the future. And now that this has happened, I definitely don't think that he's going to be. I want him to be on the Cowboys. I think he deserves to be on the Cowboys as their franchise quarterback. But do I think it's going to happen? No.
I agree with you on some points, but not the reasoning at all. Andy Dalton is not the one. First off. Second off, you got a better chance of getting Justin Fields and winning the locker room than winning the locker room with Andy Dalton, a known loser. You got Andy Dalton for a backup to win a couple games for a minor injury, not to take over your season in devastation. You never got him to hoping for this, you know? Bro, no way Andy Dalton is the Cowboys starter next year. No way.
That depends, man. That depends on how they finish the season.
No matter how they finish it.
Nope. I think you're wrong.
I mean, that's fine.
I don't think he's pulling a Tannehill. That's all I'm saying.
If he goes to if they win the division and they go to the playoffs and they do what they do, because now what they're going to do is they're going to run the offense. It's going to be more Zeke centric now. Now they're going to be
that helps Andy Dalton.
Play action pass, and now he got 3 receivers. Andy Dalton has shown what he's done with what he can do with receivers.
So I'll put it this way. Yes, there's going to be more Zeke centric, but the problem is this: you got three receivers that are no less than a number 2. No less than number 2.
Right.
You got 2 that might be number 1s.
Right.
Guess who ain't trying to hide a quarterback from making mistakes when you got you're not trying to hide a quarterback when you got that much talent on.
You don't have to hide Andy Dalton.
Yes, you do.
You got a Harry Potter invisibility cloak that mother.
Y'all kind of being a little disrespectful.
What's to respect? Tell us.
No, we're not.
I think he has like a 200 touchdown to 118 interception ratio.
How many wins?
He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. You don't go to the Pro Bowl if you didn't have some
playoff wins
of anything. Okay, that's also Andy Dalton, but that's also the team. The team has not been good.
Oh my god. Okay, so another team that struggles in that same kind of field. Then
I mean, you can say the same thing about Tony Romo. Tony Romo not good.
No, I'm saying, but if you're saying that, then it's the team too, right? It's the Cowboys too, right? So now you're putting Dalton on those Cowboys to go for the same formula.
Yeah, because with the way that they're going to have to run the offense, they're going to be able to sugarcoat and basically cover the defense.
You're ignoring that defenses are going to.
Defense is terrible, so now they're not going to have as much time on the field because they're going to be running the ball and chewing up a lot more clock.
His defenses are going to clog the box on Zeke and force the Andy Dalton to throw interceptions.
And Andy Dalton just showed you that he can throw the ball. You're acting like
I
ain't saying he can't throw.
Wait a minute, hold on. He has a worse defense than the defense he had in Cincinnati.
But he has a better offense. Maybe that works.
Okay, so against the Chiefs, is that going to matter?
Heck no.
Okay, against
but time out, SC. If you telling me Andy Dalton is playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, I'm telling you
he's not playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Well, why'd you just bring up the Chiefs then? What other setting would it be playing the Chiefs?
Okay, fine. Put it this way. First
Will they win the division?
Yes, they're winning the division because the division is trash. They're winning it just like how, like how the Giants won the division multiple times. being in a shitty ass division, and you are
And catch on fire.
by definition, you have to get into the playoffs.
Right.
But they're not catching no fucking fire with no damn Andy damn Dalton. Like,
yo, SC, how many wins you say the Cowboys win to get the division, dog?
8. It's gonna take 8 wins to win this sorry ass division.
I don't think they're gonna win the division.
You think the Eagles got it? I picked the Eagles. Rod picked the Cowboys, and SC picked the Redskins.
I picked the Redskins because I was being contrarian. But you know, other than that, like
it's out of the Cowboys and the Eagles. We know that.
Yeah, of course.
Kyle Allen might could win the division while you sleep.
Who?
Kyle Allen.
Who?
So he ain't ball before they went and got Teddy in Carolina. He ain't ball.
You mean did Christian McCaffrey ball? Yeah, Christian McCaffrey ball.
Man, I seen that man throw 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, because Christian McCaffrey opened it up.
I saw Matt Flynn throw 6.
Don't do that.
I'm doing it.
Oh, the disrespect. Nah, that's perfectly. You can all the
Nick
disrespect.
Foles
Throw it.
6.
Throw
He
it.
a Super Bowl
I can throw
MVP.
disrespect at Kyle Allen, but I can't throw disrespect at freaking Andy Dalton.
He's got
Hey,
a
the Red Rocket.
solidified point there.
Red Rocket.
Right.
Hey, yeah, y'all gonna put some respect. Y'all gonna put some respect on Andy Dalton's name by the end of this year.
Why?
He gonna show y'all.
Show us what? That he's still Andy Dalton? Of course he
He's
is.
the Red Rocket from TCU.
It's Red Rifle. Get that man's name.
Or Red Rifle, whatever it is.
This man over here talking about.
All right. Well, then I got a bet for you live on the pod, Jay.
Another bet I'm about to win.
You just lost the bet, Jay.
I know. I'm trying to make myself feel better.
Okay. So before this season is over,
Yeah.
another quarterback will start a game for the Dallas Cowboys.
That could
Not
be
because
so.
of injury. Not
I was about
because
to
of
say, it
injury.
could be because-
No, I was gonna give you that. Not because of injury.
Andy Dolphin is definitely going to have his valleys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say he's going to come out there and be.
Oh,
MVP,
so
but-
now, but you just say he's gonna show us something, but now you can't
Is
say
he
the
out
bet. Might get
hedging his bet?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Let me finish what I'm saying without y'all gotta come in with what I gotta say.
Serious right now?
Are you kidding me right now? Can I finish what I gotta say before y'all go all ham?
Oh,
He's gonna have his valleys, but overall, he's gonna win the division and he's gonna go to the playoffs. And I think they can pull a playoff win. If they can figure the defense out, they can pull off a playoff win.
They can't.
They have the offense to pull off a playoff win. So that's my prediction. My prediction is to me, a successful season for the Cowboys. Andy Dalton has to go to the playoffs and they have to win a playoff game.
If they get
Anything below that,
if they
anything
go to-
below that is not good to me.
if they go to the playoffs 8-8, what's that telling you?
I mean, they started off 1-3.
What's
They're not going
if
to
they
the
go
playoffs.
to the playoffs 8-8? What does that tell you?
They're a mediocre team.
Yeah, they're not going to the playoffs with Andy Dalton.
Why the fuck are we talking about? And that would mean that Andy Dalton is not the one, and they would bring
Eli
back.
did the same thing, and he caught fire. So let me see if my boy
he
can catch fire
didn't.
with a different team.
That's not the same. He had.
Was
he
they not
had-
average?
He
Was
had
they
a
not average?
tremendous defense.
Were they not average that year?
Tremendous.
Were they not average?
Tremendous defense. They don't got that.
Okay, they have a tremendous offense.
Okay. He had a tremendous defense.
Okay, did the Cowboys not have a tremendous offense the first 4 games of the year? I think Dak Prescott just set a record for the most yards ever thrown in the first 4 games.
They were throwing.
Yeah, but
from
you just took
behind.
away. You just
But
took
they
away
were
the
trying to
person
make
who
comebacks.
did it. You just
Duh.
took away the person
Did
who
they-
single-handedly
did-
controlled that.
That still don't mean that you can do
So
it. Did
you
they
think
do
you
it or
could
did
get
they
that
not?
from Dalton? That's what you telling me?
They're not going to have to. They're going to have a different strategy. I just went over the strategy. He's not going to throw for 400 yards. He's going to throw for 250 to 300, and then Zeke is going to get 20 plus carries.
Okay.
And everybody on the team is going to eat.
And defenses are just going to be susceptible to that.
Let's see if you can stop it.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. How do you get Zeke to 20-something carries if you stop him in the first half from getting any yards? You gonna still be giving it to him if they down, or you got to throw that ball?
Man, bro, let's go into the top 5 plays because I want to show some of these throws because y'all keep disrespecting like my boy ain't even out here slinging some passes. The boy is on the top 5 for a reason. Because I knew some disrespect and blasphemy was about to come from. I was expecting Rod to be on tonight with this disrespect, but it's coming from my boy P. Dot.
You just lost some of your fan base on the pod because they see that you're a Dalton supporter.
I'm not a Dalton supporter. I'm not a Dalton supporter, but you're just acting like this dude's trash, like he's Nathan Peterman.
The disrespect is coming from P. Dot and ST. I want that to be very well known.
That dude right there.
I want claim on this
right there and right there, right here and right here.
What's up?
Disrespect.
Yeah,
disrespect.
Yes, he deserves it.
Dalton,
disrespect.
Bro, you tripping?
I want somebody to
for
tell
every person you be getting on me about. I can't believe. I take Phillip Rivers.
I want any and everybody.
No, get out of here.
I want any and everybody
because of the situation he's in.
I want any and everybody listening.
Anybody
to tell me.
Remember this energy. I'm
wrong for disrespecting Andy Dalton.
I need to hear it.
Remember this energy. Have the same energy.
I'm gonna have more energy because you're gonna be wrong.
Just have the same energy in the future.
How you was just now.
My energy never flips and falters, homie. I keep saying that this is my energy.
Like when I'll be wrong. I don't hear the same energy about I'll be wrong as much as it is I'm right. I don't be hearing the same energy.
Because you be wrong a lot, brother.
Do you got the screen on?
I think if we go past the episodes on this podcast, I've been proven right more than anybody else on this podcast.
Okay, that's great.
We've been going over and saying that Jay was right on a lot of different subjects. Let's go back through.
Jay, you using recent history to base everything off of?
Shades, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Congratulations on your little bit of victories and being correctness on the podcast. But you act as if we have not known each other for a long damn time.
We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. We talking about what's on the pod, brother.
Talking to these listeners like
what's on record. We're talking about what's on record and what can be verified. We're talking about verifiable information.
What's the statement, ST? The record
clearly states. But this is my thing. Hold up, brother. I didn't meet you 10 episodes ago. I've known you for years.
I know. I'm glad. I'm glad that we have. So I'm just talking about what can be verified.
Listen to what I'm saying right now. Do not come on this damn podcast and sit here and then pretend as if there isn't a track record of your calls of all of this nonsense that you've been having.
One
what?
You
want to call it one bad S?
One what?
One bad S?
Oh my God.
What's the other bad S? What's the other bad S that you bring up?
Don't even get started. What's the next topic?
What's the other bad S?
We're moving on to the next topic.
Okay, let's go to the top 5 plays.
Top 5.
Number 5.
They're doing it today. Get it in Buffalo together. Fitzpatrick hit as he throws. What a throw! On target to Preston Williams. It's a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Dang, Fitzpatrick got rocked right there and threw the ball.
Got it right on target, brother.
Point 2. Yo, bring in number 4, brother.
Number 4.
For the 29-yard line. Carson with the first down and more, and all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Carson breaks away from Harrison Smith. One play, 29 yards, and Seattle extends its advantage.
Now, Minnesota has a problem. Watch Jordan Simmons in here, who's playing for Mike Iupati, just wash this whole thing down on the back end and create a huge hole. But we saw Minnesota still playing those two deep safeties, and now
Beast. That was a beast mode-esque play. Yo, my brother, bring me in number 3.
He trying us, right?
He really trying my gangster right now. I don't.
Number 3. Allen, did he catch it? Is he in? Oh, that looked like yes and no to come down. Going deep for Gallup. Oh, and he hauls it in. That could be what turns out as the game-winning catch to set up a field goal. That right.
Woo! Dang, what a catch, man. What a throw by Andy Dalton to Michael Gallup. Hey, bring me number 2, brother.
Number 2. Had a couple of those. Short kick fielded by Rodgers as he straddles his goal line. Rodgers has him day late up the sideline. Rodgers still going. It'll cut back. Rodgers breaking free. And Rodgers will score. And how about that response from Indianapolis?
How bad did the Colts, did Frank Reich, did Phillip Rivers need that play? They have been deflated since the first 2 drives of the game. You just throw a pick 6, and then your special teams, Rodgers, just guts the kickoff coverage team. That could not have come at a better time for the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh, that boy stopped on the down like Reggie Bush back in USC. Let's go to number 1.
Number 1.
First and 15. Murray looking deep down the sideline for DeAndre Hopkins again. Hopkins hangs on for the touchdown. What a throw. What a catch. And the touchdown stretches the lead to 20.
So you know one thing coaches come back to, if I got him beat once, I can get him beat again. A one-handed catch by DeAndre Hopkins. And Kyler throws the perfect ball this time. Remember, if he's even, he's leaving. That means you throw out in front of your wide receiver. If the defensive back is on top of him, then you throw the throw behind. Right there, he sees that he's even, knows he's leaving, and DeAndre Hopkins will win 50-50 balls all day long.
Man, if anybody didn't get a chance to, please go back and watch the play before, because they went at the same cornerback the play before,
Same
on the
route.
same exact route, and he caught it. So
We still watching the Jets.
No, yeah. You clear now, brother. You clear.
You know that's how I watch my games. Jets vision.
Oh, dang, I didn't even
There was
recognize
some
that.
good plays. There was some good plays, but
My bad, bro.
it was
I didn't even recognize that, dog.
There was so many plays this weekend. I know that was a hard 5 to pick. Because I ain't see Cooks in there who balled out. I ain't see Fulcrum who got overshadowed because Claypool went off.
Henry
Who
Ruggs.
else I ain't see? Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Ruggs. Shout out to the ballers.
The Cleveland Browns had some plays. I wanted to put the Baker Mayfield throw to Kareem Hunt.
That was beautiful.
The Jarvis Landry catch. Boy reached over the back of somebody like Julio did, Luke Kuechly, and freaking caught that bitch.
Man, good top 5, brother. I don't want to go to this next topic, so I'm just gonna sit here and just admire your top 5 a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
Yep. Except for that top play.
I'm not taking these shades off at all. Is what I'm telling you. You know what I mean?
We never got to go to the next segment if you don't. So I'm good with it.
We live in the area of Shades top 5 play.
No, let's go
guys,
to
we
the
have technical difficulties and we have been great into Shades top 5 plays today.
NCAA.
Oh my God.
The worst week. The worst week ever.
Okay. Yeah.
If it isn't bad enough that Shade's top one play of the week is on your NFL team, your college team, the Gators.
Well, yeah. Let's start there.
We usually, we can go ahead and talk about that a little bit later. we can go ahead and talk about that later. I think it probably is good that Rod isn't on this segment. we can talk.
Matter of fact,
Rod knew what was going on. He called out sick because the Gators lost.
As a matter of fact, timeout right quick, Rod, because I know you listening. What happened to that defense that traveled over to the next year that you kept telling me about all off season? You told me this defense was responsible for this amount of many sacks and pressures and all of this stuff. And what I see, unfortunately, because I told both of y'all, I feel bad for y'all because nobody likes to see an L. But when somebody continues to talk that shit, and God knows there was a lot of shit talked.
And the defense is our worst defense in school history.
Right.
Oh, man.
So,
Bro, we were blitzing safeties from 10, 15 yards out. Why?
Why would you do that?
Who's going to get home there?
Linebackers getting run over by a running back.
Linebacker is so trash.
Look, I'm saying this as someone who has no room to speak today, right?
Shout out to Tony.
That
small piece of light.
I have no room to speak at all.
Kadarius that dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because the Clemson Tigers Mollywop.
All right, ST. I
ain't gonna stand on it like that because I'm
Let's break down. Let's get the ST breakdown on what went wrong with the Canes.
Okay, so everything. No, that's not fair. Special teams was a very good highlight spot for our team on Saturday. We blocked 3 field goals. We blocked 3 field goals and took one of them back for a tutty. Other than that it was rough, bro. I look at offense. You look at the time of possession in that game, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't looked at these stats because I don't want to, but I know for certain if you look at the time of possession, I feel like they had the ball twice as long as we did, if not more than that. Because there were so many drives that were 3 and outs for us because either execution was bad or just general bad play calling or whatever the case may have been. Offensively, we couldn't get the ball moving. Defensively, we had so many bonehead penalties. Like we had 15 penalties on Saturday night. You can't have 15 penalties against Clemson and think you're going to win anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. We have 2 players ejected for targeting. That doesn't help. You have Brevin Jordan go out with a shoulder injury. That doesn't help. You have them on their first drive stopped with an almost interception, but regardless, it would have been time to punt the ball. And the guy who almost picked the ball off lined up all sides. Like my defensive end, Quincy Roche, going to end up being either a top 2-round pick in the NFL draft next year. You can't line up off sides as a defensive end. I'm surprised he lined up off sides and was still able to drop back and almost get the pick. To me, and that in itself shows his versatility, but you can't make bonehead plays like that because that continuation of that drive led to them going right down the field and scoring when we could have had the ball right there. And that could have been a whole different tone that was set to the game. But After that first one, it just was shoot. How many times can you shoot yourself? We don't have a foot. We done shot ourselves in the foot so much we shot the whole foot off. Like that's what that game was, man. Terrible.
Bro, and just watching the more abbreviated highlight video, like my major 2 takeaways from it was I blame the offensive coordinator for not giving Derek basically structuring the line to where Derek King can have more time for that blitz because it was like not one person, 2 people in the backfield. As soon as he says hut, like, come on, bro, you need another running back or another tight end. You got to help him out. Let him have time to throw the ball at least. And then Travis Etienne. Jesus.
Whew. Why did he come back?
Bad boy.
Why did he come back? He was obviously his draft stock ain't getting no better. I mean, it's only going to stay great. So it ain't like your draft stock getting any damn better. Who the hell comes back for their senior year to be a running back, putting more carries on your body before you go get paid? Why? And then I can't even say like, hey, what if Sunshine? What if Trevor Lawrence gets? What if they sat him? Well, if they sat him, they had this gargantuan dude as their backup quarterback who was out there balling on us too. There would have been no breaks. There was no breaks I could have caught in that game. Period.
You tell me Clemson got a backup quarterback that's about to be a stud?
Bro, this dude is like 250 pounds, 6'5" at quarterback.
Got an arm?
And I think he's Samoan. Damn it!
You don't messed up now. You don't give him a warrior.
Right!
You know they don't give up at all, boy.
Period. Dabo, will you please go to the NFL?
Come to the Jags.
Yeah.
Bring Trevor Lawrence and ETN. I want both.
We get it, Peach. I heard you. I heard your head. I heard head ass boy. Damn, how hard you want to say? He's like, I don't think y'all understand the Jets, motherfucker. That's where he needs to go. Almost gave himself a concussion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man.
Tragic week. But hey, man, that's closure, bro. We closed it. On to another week, man.
We did.
On to another week.
We got Pitt this week, and we got to turn it around and make sure we take care of business.
Hey, y'all better be careful with Pitt, boy.
I know. And that's why
we got LSU, and we better beat LSU, dog.
Speaking of before we go, speaking of your team, did you see? Y'all saw the reports that y'all shut down today?
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be open tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow y'all are back up and running because we don't want to see the Gators have to shut down their football program. That would be terrible for the state of Florida and for the Florida Gator fans. That would be. That's not how you want the season to go. You know what I mean? Not fresh off the L. All of a sudden,
niggas took the L, got mad, went out to the strip club, got the COVID in the vagina. I mean, got what?
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Y'all boys got any shout outs, man, before we get up out of here tonight?
Yeah, man. I want to shout out my little sister, man. She's out here doing amazing things. She got featured in a national cheerleading magazine. She's going to be in her second one. She's been modeling for Adidas and Nike and all these different things, and she's mastering collegiate level different tumbling techniques, you know, that are on the collegiate level, and she's only 12. So I just want to give a shout out to my family. Shout outs to anybody out there that's suffering from COVID or that's going through hard times right now. Keep your head up, have faith. You know, things are going to get better. And just shouts out to the homies. Shouts out to the homies that are listening and supporting us. We continue to grow. Shouts out to y'all, you know what I mean, for us being on episode 10. You know, that's a milestone within itself.
Double digits.
We're in double digits. You feel me?
Hey, shout out to my little sister too. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday.
Hey.
I love this.
Sophia's birthday today.
Okay, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sophia.
Yeah, man.
All right, well.
Shout out to the pod. Shout out to Rod. You
facts.
had your energy.
Get well, brother.
Here.
Yes, sir. I want to give a shout out to everybody in Duval. in town on Friday.
Hey.
If you hear this and you want to link up, holla at your boy. I'm gonna be there until like Saturday morning. But Sunday morning. But
I was like, dang, that's a short time, bro.
Dang,
Friday,
bro.
I'm gonna be there till Saturday morning. I got like 12 hours to hit this nigga up. He's a hot commodity in town.
Big
Never
facts.
comes to.
Facts. But no, man. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got. Unless y'all boys got anything else.
Nah, man, I'm good. Hey, peace out, everybody. Blessings to y'all.
Yes,
Big
sir.
facts.
Y'all
Big
have a good
facts. Until next time, y'all have been tuning in to Homie Studios. You dig?
one.
Hey, let's get it, huh? Hey, ha, hey.
Yo, we can do a 2